Hello, everyone. I'm City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Thanks for joining us for Access City Council. Coming up on this show, Yukon Pizza opens in Huntridge Plaza, and Las Vegas receives a new title just in time for Valentine's Day. Here to talk about these topics and a whole lot more is the councilwoman who represents Ward 3. You know who it is, Olivia Diaz. Welcome. And look at you. You got your red on for Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year to everyone who's tuning in, David. The year just is flashing by again. It seems like we were just celebrating about Christmas.
I know.
And now we're heading into February, so I hope everybody's 23 is off to an amazing start.
Absolutely. And the Lunar New Year, this is the year of the rabbit, conejo in Spanish.
Conejo in Spanish.
Exactly.
My son is a rabbit. He was born 12 years ago, so second Lunar New Year for him.
For him, see, he's getting up there in years too. How about that? You know, goes by fast. So, well, anyway, Councilwoman, we're going to talk about Lunar New Year and a bunch of other things during this show. We have a special guest coming on a little bit later too that we're happy to introduce. But before we get to that, we want to tell everybody out there, hey, you know, if you don't know where Ward 3 is located, don't worry, because we're going to show you on the map. It's basically the east side of Las Vegas, and ever important now, you've got this little finger that extends west of the 15 now, and that's going to be important to our discussion today because there's some cool stuff coming over there, isn't there?
There's an exciting announcement that was just made.
Yeah.
That touches that part of the
Exactly.
world.
So we're going to talk about that. But if you live in that area or work in that area, then you're in the city limits, of course, the city of Las Vegas. If you are a resident of that area, then you are represented on the city council by Olivia Diaz. And Councilwoman, we love when new businesses open because during the pandemic, the height of it, everything was shut down and businesses, nobody was opening a business, and in fact, many were closing. So we're happy to see new ones open their doors. And you posted this on Facebook. You said, "Welcome Yukon Pizza to the Huntridge Plaza," and you were telling me this pizza is pretty over the top good.
It's amazing, and I think it actually started to get hotter and hotter through the course of the pandemic. I think they started making the pizzas out of their own home, and then it grew so popular that they decided that this was going to be a full-time endeavor for them. The recipe for the sourdough crust is a family recipe that's been passed down for many generations that only they know how to make.
You said it was very unique. I've not tried it, but you said it was
delicious.
Great.
It's delicious. I highly recommend, if you haven't tried Yukon Pizza, please go give them a whirl because I was very impressed with it.
Councilwoman, people that might not know where Huntridge, we obviously are very familiar, but where?
Charleston and Maryland would be the nearest streets, and so if you know where that Swoosh building is, where the Capriati's and the Roberto's is, it's tucked kind of behind that building that you can see right off of Maryland. So you got to go a little bit further into the shopping center, and you'll see it to your left.
Pizza. All right. Well, welcome to the neighborhood, Yukon Pizza.
And they did a pizza cutting for their opening. I thought that was very
cool. Love that.
Cool.
Yeah. Instead of a ribbon cutting.
Assemblyman Howard Watts was present.
Very nice.
So that was very cool to see the state assemblyman supporting local business owners as well.
Well, that is a small business, but you also have a very big business coming into your ward. You posted this on Facebook. You said, "Have you heard the news? Universal, as in studios, to open a year-round horror experience in the city of Las Vegas, Ward 3. This is really cool, and you have gotten so much media attention on this. You have been on news stations around the country talking about this project.
Well, I think to land an anchor tenant of Universal Studios caliber, really, it's internationally known. They have huge campuses in Florida and California, and for us here in Las Vegas to have gotten this new creative arts horror scene attraction is kind of cool. My oldest stepson and his wife really love the horror flicks, and they're already like, I can't wait to go. And we know that in Florida and LA they do these yearly kind of Halloween-centered events, and they sell out from September to October. So we're just so blessed, one, that we're bringing more jobs to our local economy, that are in the entertainment industry that a lot of people sometimes in Las Vegas don't have a lot of access to, but it's a new experience for both locals and tourists to visit when they open their doors, and they're trying to make a very aggressive, concerted effort to open their doors quickly. So
you were telling me, where Universal has done these attractions elsewhere, they're just huge.
They are.
And now we're going to have one right in our own backyard. backyard.
And every single day of the year, you don't have to wait for the Halloween season to approach.
Right. You can go get scared anytime.
You can get scared at any time, and I think increasingly this is an area that a lot of people are interested in having, like the experience of their favorite horror films that Universal Studios was a partner in making.
Yeah, and this is over near where Area 15 is, right?
Yes, it will be in the vicinity of the Area 15 campus.
Yeah, so if you know where that is, just west of 15 and just north of Desert Inn, basically. Councilman, we had the State of the City address back on January 12th, and this was the first one we had done in person in 3 years.
Yes, with our new councilwomen on board, newly elected and sworn in, and it was good to hear, David, all the great things that are happening, not just in Ward 3, but across the city, and I think we have a lot of awesome projects that are going to continue to make our city stronger and better every single year, and 2023 is no exception. And it was kind of cool to hear that a bulk of the things that the mayor talked about are actually in Ward 3 that are about to happen, and I just think that we know that every single project that comes and touches us, every single, whether it be residential or business, we know it's going to be very, very positive for all of our residents.
Yeah.
And
a lot of things she did talk about were located in Ward 3, so I know you were beaming. And she also unveiled the Down for Anything downtown brand campaign that night. And of course, a lot of the downtown, of course, is in Ward 3.
Yes,
so that was a big deal.
I share some of it with Councilman Creer, but the bulk of Down for Anything is in Ward 3, and I feel so happy that we finally launched that marketing campaign that is very catchy, and I hope that you're all seeing the commercials and wanting to visit downtown, because it is part of giving back to our own community.
Right.
Sometimes we lose sight that if we go and we patronize other places that are in other municipalities, that's not revenues that we're capturing or keeping within the city we live in. So I'm very happy that we're at least saying, hey, give us a thought. You want to be down for anything, we have lots to offer in downtown.
And that's the thing, during the pandemic, everywhere suffered, but downtown as well. And so this opportunity to bring people back to the downtown, especially our local audience, come check it out. There's a lot of really cool things. Which
has grown and evolved, and it keeps changing. And so if you've haven't been in a few, you probably haven't come across new endeavors down here. But
Exactly. Very cool stuff. And, rolling on here, this is really great. Again, akin to your attire today, you posted on Facebook, you said, it was an honor to celebrate the upcoming Chinese New Year in the Desert Lunar New Year at this morning's City Council meeting. And this took place on January 18th, which happened to be my birthday. And this was a big celebration because, we had the traditional dancers again.
We had the Lion Blessing Dance, which has been the tradition of former Mayor Pro Tem Stavros Anthony, and it's always really just cool to soak it all in and get that cultural experience, the music, the dancing, and also what the meaning behind it is. And I really it helps me also recharge and revamp. Even though I'm not from the AAPI community, there's a lot of elements that I really do love and admire and try to also keep present in my day-to-day. So I'm super excited that Derek Uehara was there to kind of give every single council member a scarf. And also we got to honor Vita Lynn for all of her contributions and exceptional work for AAPI residents throughout Southern Nevada and Northern Nevada. Yeah,
that's great. And explained a little bit that the purpose of wearing red, the firecrackers, the noisemakers, is to scare away any kind of evil or bad luck in the new year,
and only bring the good.
Only bring the good luck. Yeah,
and I want the good luck and the prosperity, so I can share it with everyone in Ward 3.
I like that, and maybe with me too, Councilman.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Everyone
really
in Ward 3. The City Hall is in Ward 3, David.
Exactly. We are in Ward 3
benefit.
as we speak. Exactly. So, Councilwoman, too, this was very cool. Shifting gears here a little bit, you had posted this on Facebook. You said it was a pleasure to welcome WEOS mentors and their mentees for a tour of City Hall and Municipal Court. Now, I had not heard of this group until you were telling me about it, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a nationally recognized and awarded mentoring program that has been happening out of the Boyd School of Law, and it's Latino attorneys taking on mentees that are in law school, undergraduate, or high school levels, just to help them just stay focused on that career interest, which is law. We know that Latinos and Latinas make maybe anywhere from 2 to 5% of that industry, and we think we need to make more inroads on seeing more representation as attorneys. And it's a very difficult road. I have an attorney stepson, and I know that it's multiple, just very different for a new student who is trying to figure out, how do I finish my undergraduate degree? How do I make the plunge into law school? There's so many steps involved that just having a mentor there to
help you navigate all that.
Kind of have you focus and navigate on what you really need to do to get there. What are the steps in terms of financing, in terms of the tests you have to take? You know, there's the LSAT to get into law school. Then when you come out, you have to prepare for the bar. So just having that mentor who has been through all of that, championing you and saying you can do this.
Exactly.
Being your resource is so helpful. And I just want to say thank you to our city attorney, Brian Scott, for welcoming them with open arms. And then he took them to Muni Court, and other lawyers from our CAO's office also explained what they did. And the pitch here is also, hey, the city of Vegas has our own city attorney's office, and maybe you would want to work here someday somehow.
Some of our, what we call externs, interns basically from the law schools, not only Boyd, but others, will come here, and then lo and behold, some of them end up sticking around and getting hired and staying on part of the team. So, it's a great program. I had not heard of it, so kudos, and we got. So
we had all levels represented: two second-year law students. We had a couple of undergraduates and high schoolers. So it's really exciting to know that they're that focused, that young, and
that's what they want to do.
Love it.
All right, well, very good.
Let's help them.
And speaking of helping young people get on the right foot, we have a great program through our Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Department, our Explorer program. And Councilwoman, I know you've been a big supporter of this, but if you are a young person, male or female, thinking about joining the fire service, this is a great way to kind of get your feet wet a little bit as to what it's really like.
Absolutely. We know first responders are a critical need. They're the ones, when fires are happening or car accidents happen, they're the ones at the scene helping, us civilians kind of out of those prickly or sticky situations. And so I love that the Explorer program really gives our youth the opportunity to kind of get a sense of what it is to be a fire person, because I feel that sometimes some reality shows glamorize some parts of the job, but it's really different when you actually are in the boots, in the uniform, and you're taking in how you have to be very, very top of mind and following protocol and process and procedure for not just your safety, but your whole team's safety. So some of us may not come from a family of firefighters, so we don't know the foggiest thing, and this gives us the experience. We need to make that determination, is this going to be a good fit for me? But I think that there are so many youth that are very poised to take on these roles. We need you, because increasingly all of us start to age and retire, and we need the youth
the next crop to come in,
to come and help. So I hope that you check it out, and it's very, very well compensated for a lot of our community. So
it is.
You only need but a high school diploma, I believe, and to be of a certain age and have a certain qualifications in terms of being a paramedic.
Yes, there's an EMT that you have to get, which you can get through community college. You have to have that, and you have to pass the physical exam, and there's also a mental and psychological
exam. So the more you know early on about how to get there, to the Way Yes program, this Explorer program is the same thing, trying to mentor youth about the next steps to become one of ours on the fire and rescue team.
If you're interested in becoming a part of the Explorer program, you can reach out to the Councilwoman's office. She'll get you in touch with the fire department, and we'll tell you all that information, that contact information at the end of the program. And then, Councilwoman, you've got your scarf on here exactly for Lunar New Year, and we're going to have a Lunar New Year exhibit start at the 5th Street School. This is really cool. Starting on Friday, January 27th. It's going to run all the way into May.
Yeah, always. The Mayor's Gallery always has some really awesome things on this exhibition. This time it's Lunar New Year, Year of the Rabbit. So starting on the 27th, it'll be open to the public starting at 5 p.m., but it doesn't end that day from 5 to 7. You can come by any time. The gallery is open during the week or the weekends and experience it through May 2023. So
love it.
Don't lose your opportunity to check it out.
Yeah, and then Lunar New Year Parade is coming up January 28th. Now, we know some of you will see this before the fact. Some of you are probably going to see it after the fact because the show airs over the course of a week. But
if you see it ahead of time,
yeah, if you see it, go check it out.
Come check it out. Bring the family. It'll be on a different route on Fremont Street between 7th and 11th, very close to the container park. So I hope that you guys come. We'll be writing Big Red in it, and we'll see what other council members also participate. And
Councilwoman made an important notification there. It's on Fremont Street, not on 4th Street. Typically the parades are on 4th, but this one will be on Fremont. So, and then Councilwoman, this is really cool. We have an arts project unveiling that's going to happen, reception on January 30th, Monday, January 30th, over at the East Las Vegas Community Center.
Yes, so we have 2 new murals on the interior walls of the East Las Vegas Community Center that we want to celebrate with community that we brought. We added that beautiful mural to the exterior of the community center, but now we've added 2 new ones, and they're local artists, and I think we just need to celebrate their vision and their accomplishment of putting their creation on the interior of our wall space in the community center. So come and join us. Monday 30th, if you're in time, at 5:30 from 5:30 to 7, we'll be there celebrating this accomplishment.
Excellent, excellent. And then, Councilman, we have another event coming up, Conversations with DPS. This is going to be on February 1st, and it's an opportunity to get to meet some of the brass in our Department of Public Safety. That's going to be on Wednesday, February 1st from 3:30 to 5 at the Starbucks on Eastern.
Yeah, so come on down. It's a perfect opportunity if you have public safety concerns, whether it be our city parks, our city infrastructure, like the East Las Vegas Community Center, Chuck Meeker Sports Complex. They're the ones, basically the security for all of those places. And they also work in tandem with our Metro officers under the canopy on Fremont. So Chief Potts is so knowledgeable about everything public safety. He wants to meet community members. He wants to hear concerns at the top of mind. So, and it's still a little chilly out there. So come have some free coffee on DPS and get your questions answered about public safety. Best way to ever do that is just have a face-to-face. I'm old school, David, so a lot of people like to text and tweet, but
hey,
I still
come sit
like
down
to
with
go.
me. Yeah, let's have a cup of coffee.
Exactly.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, we're not going to let DPS have all the fun, Councilwoman. Also, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue is having a Heart Health Month safety event for seniors. This is going to be on February 22nd, so a little bit more time to plan for this. But this is really an important event and a good one for those who are getting up there in years.
So we want you to save the date. It's February 22nd. It's on a Wednesday from 10 to 11, like David just stated, and it's at our East Las Vegas Community Center on Eastern and Stewart. And we just want to give you heart-healthy tips. Want to make sure that you're staying safe and avoiding any kind of falls, because falls for a senior can be very detrimental. And at the end, we want you to be fire safe as well. So they'll be giving some fire prevention tips to you. So come enjoy them. They're lovely people who just want to give back to the community.
Yep, February 22nd on that, everyone. And yeah, hope if you know somebody, if you're a senior yourself, or if you know someone, maybe a parent or grandparent, it'd be a great opportunity for them to learn, and it's all free, we should mention. So
you can come by, seniors and non-seniors. There's people who take care of seniors. Everyone's welcome.
Exactly. Perfect. Well, Councilwoman, great job. We need to take a short break here, but when we return, Las Vegas is the marriage capital of the world. We know that. And recently, though, we received a new title. We're going to tell you all about that. It's next, so please stay with us.
¿Qué le dijo el pollo policía al otro pollo policía? Necesitamos apoyo.
Welcome back, everyone. A new report is giving Las Vegas a new title just in time for Valentine's Day. Las Vegas, of course, is known as the wedding capital of the world, but now we're also known as the top destination for those looking to pop the question. Did you know that? This comes as no surprise, of course, since Las Vegas issued its 5 millionth marriage license last year. That's an incredible number. With us today to talk about how Las Vegas has been celebrating this milestone is Clark County Clerk Lynn Goya. And Councilwoman, we're thrilled to have Lynn on the program because Lynn is the true ambassador to keeping Las Vegas the marriage capital of the world. And you have worked overtime to get that done. You really have.
She has, David. We were on a trajectory where our marriage, the amount of people getting a marriage license was on a decline. And when Lynn got in, she made sure she nipped that in the bud real quick, and that we put Vegas back on track to continue to be the marriage capital of the world. And with a lot of effort and a lot of work, she's gotten us back to those numbers where we're exceeding the number of licenses year after year now. So I'm very proud of her accomplishments and her work.
We all are. Lynn, I remember the day we were sitting in the mayor's office and you kind of gave us the notice that, hey, you know what, our marriage license business is really starting to decline here in Las Vegas. And that was kind of jolting us, guys, because we've been known as the marriage capital of the world, undisputed, for years. And then you had all of a sudden these other communities challenging us.
So I was always interested in the history of Las Vegas too, and so one of the questions I had is, when did we start to become known as the wedding capital of the world? And we found an article referenced in the London Daily Times in 1952 that said Las Vegas is starting to call itself the wedding capital of the world. So this is a title that we're very proud of. It's a international brand. And yeah, we were on a 20-year decline, but we're starting to see an uptick, and we're very proud of that.
Thanks in large part to you. Thanks in large part to you.
Well, in large part to partnerships like we have with Councilwoman Diaz. So we're going to talk about a couple of things that the city and the county are doing together, and we're really pleased with that.
It's really exciting because, of course, a lot of the wedding chapels are in Ward 3, and I know Councilwoman is very excited about that. But now we have, let's tell them about it. We have an event coming up where we're going to highlight something very special right in front of the Marriage License Bureau, right? And that's your team that handles
That's a tease.
that handles the licenses. You guys issue the licenses there.
Absolutely. So one of my goals is to make sure the community is excited about weddings as well, because if the community is not exciting, frankly, the hangover had become our brand with our locals as well as our national, international couples. So we've been really working closely with the community to say this is what we really are, which is an exciting, fun, easy, stress-free place to come and get married. And so I reached out to the city to do some projects with them. I know that you guys have been doing all these murals all over town, and I just absolutely love them. And so last year we put up a mural. Jerry Misko, a local Las Vegas artist.
He's a great artist.
Oh, he's wonderful. I love his stuff. So that's on there. And then we have another art installation that's coming up soon.
Everybody.
We're not going to reveal what it is.
No, it's going to be cool, though, and you're not going to want to miss. We'll tell you all about it on all of our...
The next access will have, hopefully, the installation revealed.
But, Councilwoman, I think the key to that, and Linda, your point, is you've just managed to just keep the community and really all of our visitors revved up on Las Vegas being such a great place for weddings. We've got Wedding Row over in your ward, which Lynn really was a big part of. And we also have just kind of branded ourselves back to that versus, for a long time when The Hangover was a big movie, that was kind of our image. But yeah, we're still a great place to get married.
David, there's just so much that comes with the wedding. And when Lynn came to talk to me when I was newly onboarding here as a councilwoman. It's hard to believe it's almost been 4 years when we had the initial sit down, Lynn, but she educated me about, it's not just about getting the marriage license from her, it's about all the points that they're touching, the length of the stay, the going to the restaurants, the maybe having a party pre the marriage, then the party after the marriage, the services that are all needed to make the bride and the groom look their best, and the rentals that come with everything. So
etc.
It's just really, if you think about how that industry really does share so much more than just a touch point. I mean, there's just so much ripple effect on our local business economy that we need to make sure that it stays strong so that everyone benefits.
And Lynn, I've heard you talk about this, very well over the years, is that Las Vegas is just geared for that. If you want to come here and have somebody take care of the wedding from A to Z for you, this is the place to have it done. This is where people, this is their thing, and they can put together a great wedding to where you don't really have to worry about much of anything. They're going to take care of all the details that go into putting a wedding together.
So we have hundreds of businesses. That's really all they do is weddings all day, every day. And almost every place that you call from out of town, out of state, there's a wedding planner built into it, and they have the flowers already in place, or they can give you fresh flowers if you want something different. They have the photographer already there. They have streaming video already there, which was really important during COVID, so that you can include your family.
They could be anywhere and be able to watch.
Come in, but we already had all those things in place. They're also standalone, so again, with COVID, we could clean between every couple and make sure that no wedding-related COVID outbreak was credited to Las Vegas, which we were very proud of. That kind of, that we could do it for people, even during these really stressful times. And now that it's not quite so stressful, again, a wedding is stressful. You hear the bridezilla things, all these things, and everybody's all worried about, are they going to get the table? Are they going to get the linens? They have to hire everything out. They have to set up their places. And if you come to Las Vegas, we're so used to doing this that it's really stress-free.
Exactly. Just tell us
the couple
when you want to do it, and we'll work it through.
And you can focus on your family and friends and each other instead of on the details of whether you got the flowers on time.
And then, Lynn, this other thing is pretty exciting. I mean, not only are we the wedding capital of the world, undisputed, I'm saying that, but now we're being recognized as the best place to pop the question too. Hey.
It's a good place to start and a good place to tie the knot.
Absolutely.
Apparently so.
Absolutely. But I just think Vegas is such a happening place. There's so many different places. We have, for the people who like the outdoors, we have beautiful Red Rock, Mount Charleston, Lake Mead. I mean, it just depends what your passion is and what your calling is. The Arts District is a new happening place. We have Symphony Park. I mean, the Smith Center. There's just so many, just depending on your quirkiness and what you like and what you're into, there's so many places that you can do it.
I think one of the things that makes the proposal so attractive here is the same reason that the photography is so great here. Like you were talking about, you have the Bellagio fountains behind you, or you can go to all the murals that the city has put in. I mean, there's the outdoors venues. You can go down to what I hope is the new national monument, but it's now called We Thump, which you have, Joshua Tree behind you. So there's just so much variety and so much beautiful backdrops that it's a great place to have your wedding photography, and it also makes a great place to do a proposal and have it in front of people. And then I know that a lot of people are also kind of engaging the sports teams and some of the entertainers and all of those kinds of things. So it's a surprise, but it's a very public surprise, like you see in the movies. So we just really have a lot to offer all those different aspects along the wedding journey.
All right. Well, Lynn Goya, great to have you on the program. Super job, and keep up the good work. You've put us back at the top of the list. Yeah, quickly though, we're almost out of time.
So we again are doing the pop-up Marriage License Bureau at the airport. They've been a great partner with us, so we'll be out there from February 2nd to February 14th.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. Nice.
So if you're getting married, you can, and you live here, you can go out there and get your marriage license if you don't want to come down to the RJC, or if you have friends that are flying in, just have them stop by, pick up the marriage license right on the way.
One less stop.
Very convenient. I like that. I like that. Well, Lynn, great job. We want to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Diaz, you can find her on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also contact her by picking up the phone, 702-229-4623, or send her an email. Her address is odiaz@lasvegasnevada.gov, and she's one of her great staff. We'll get right back to you. So, Lynn Goya, thank you so much for being on the program. Best of luck. Councilwoman will have you back in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 3. Looking forward, and we'll get to unveil that secret next time.
Yes, we will.
So,
very exciting.
Everyone, don't miss our next show beginning on February 2nd with Ward 4 City Councilwoman Frances Allen Polensky. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, watch for our QR code at the end of this show to subscribe to our newsletter. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.